Hi, everybody. I just wanted to come on and talk to you guys about a very special kit that came out at 9 o'clock this morning that has really significantly helped our family and especially our daughter, Kiera. We knew from about the age of 3 or 4 that something wasn't quite right with Kiera. I can't even explain it. One thing, Ron and I have 6 children. We were actually raising 7 at the time. And when you have that many children, sometimes the older children will talk for the younger ones. So we kind of chalked it up to maybe that was what was going on, and pretty much just swept it under the carpet and just continued living the life that we were in, our little bubble. And more issues started coming up. She wouldn't make eye contact. She just was a very different child compared to the other kids in a very special way. She's a very special little girl. She hugs and loves everybody. I have always worried that if any child was going to wander away, it would be her. So there was nothing that I could say that emotionally that she and continues to this day she's a very amazing young girl, very loving. So anyway, we finally school comes along, and that's when teachers got involved and said we would really like to get her assessed. And that's when our whole world came almost crashing down, because I grew up in 4-H public speaking. I went to provincial speaking. I teach public speaking. And then all of a sudden you have a child who has been diagnosed with severe apraxia, which is that the brain it doesn't communicate with the tongue. So she's unable to communicate. I can't even begin to tell you what that did to my heart. I played the blame game. Did I do something wrong when I was pregnant? There was lots of issues when I was pregnant. In fact, at about 25 weeks, they were doing some pretty intense testing and had pretty much told us that our daughter was going to be Downs, and encouraged us to consider abortion because I had already had 5 kids, and how could I ever raise a child with Downs? That was, and to this day, something that God gives special little gifts in so many ways, and that wasn't even an option. It wasn't an option. She was ours, and she was going to be our blessing, and we just prepared and did a lot of reading, and we were ready. We had a doctor who was also a close friend of ours, went to our church, delivered her, and he assessed her, and about 5 minutes later held her up to us and said, "There's nothing Downs about this baby." So we go on living our life, and so spin back forward to when she's in kindergarten, and so we get her assessed. We find out she has severe apraxia, ADHD. So where do we go from there? What do we do? So thankfully we were involved in a school that was very amazing and pretty much held our hand the whole way, loved Kiera the whole way. Her, the lady who took care of Kiera, and there's been a few life-changing people. I mean, were brought to our lives for a reason, and just like Kiera was. So anyway, we just did the best we could, and honestly, it's our plan as a family. We treat her exactly like the other kids. In grade 4, she was tested again in the spectrum and came back with a diagnosis of Asperger's. So we chose at that point to again raise her just like she's any of the other kids. She joined 4-H. She does piano lessons, and she's amazing at everything she does and touches people's hearts wherever she goes. But I had heard about the RECONNECT kit through the Young Living website, and I saved up for it big time. And I got the kit, and we started using it right away. And I actually still have the original kit that we got her. I put Kira's name on it. She was so proud of it, carried it around everywhere. We got into a real routine, and I will say, like, there's 4 different oils that come in it. And one of her favorite is one that she calls Genius. And this little oil here, I truly believe is something that she felt that she could do whatever she wanted to do. She would put it on her wrists and the back of her neck. We taught her to do that. And she started reading, and we started giving her little books that got into bigger books and bigger books. And she would always have this in like we have bracelets around her neck, breathed it in. And so she really used that one a lot at first. Genius has, I'm just going to read, Sacred Frank, Blue Cypress, Cedarwood, Idaho Blue Spruce, Palo Santo, Melissa, Northern Black Spruce, Vetiver, Bergamot, Myrrh, Geranium, Royal Hawaiian Sandalwood, Ylang Ylang, Hyssop, Coriander, Rose. And it just literally, you could see her kind of be all over the place to just focus. She would sit and she would focus. Doing homework with her for the first time in years was amazing. Like, she would focus and she wouldn't lose focus. So we would use this quite a bit. And the other one we started using immediately was the Sleepies. Kira would always say that, Mommy, I just can't fall asleep. And it was frustrating for her. It was frustrating for me. I'm raising these kids and my husband's working away, and this little bottle got her on such an amazing routine. She's sleeping very good. She'd go to bed at 7:30. She'd wake up earlier than everybody else, but just a real strong sleep. And the other 2 oils that are in here is the RECONNECT and the In Touch oils. And I let her basically decide at what point she would want to use them. She would always use RECONNECT in the morning and In Touch when she got to school. And whenever she knew she had to read or do a test, she'd use Genius. So we just got into the routine. I had wrote her out a little piece of paper that was right in the kit, and if she was having a kind of a sad day, she would use Uplift, RECONNECT, but she called it Uplift. And In Touch was one that we recognized as a family. She had troubles connecting with other people. It was hard for her. School is hard for her in that aspect. And this was a way that helped her be able to look at people and to comprehend. And I am trying my best to not lose my mind. This kit is amazing. If you have any child, and you know what, special needs, on the spectrum, in school, whatever, this kit is a game changer. And it's available right now. Very good chance it won't stay available long. I encourage you, if you know anybody, love anyone, let everyone know. You can share this video with whoever you want. This is something that can change your life, can change that child's life, and not make life so frustrating and challenging. And do research. Do your research on these 4 oils. And I can guarantee you that you will figure it out where it will work for you in your life or someone you love. So thank you for taking the time. This is a very long video. I'm very passionate about this. I am trying to stay calm. I more than anything, want to walk up to Gary Young and hug him and thank him for so many of these oils and how they've changed my life, my children's life, but none more than this little kit right here. So anyway, have a great day. Again, thanks for taking the time, and God bless you on your oily journey. Bye-bye.